Hello. So it is Tuesday and Tuesday Talks, Dr. Toomer. If you're someone who has struggled to lose weight or has lost the weight and is struggling to keep it off, then this episode is for you. And you want to listen to the end and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Dr. Toomer, where I have over 300 videos where you can look at all things health, wellness, and weight loss related. I wanted to get that out of the way right off the bat. If you're here listening, please post your name, where you're listening from, and uh, and if you're listening and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so please help me do that. And as a reward for that, I will be putting on some nice free webinars for anyone who has questions about health, wellness, and weight loss. I'm Dr. Catherine Toomer. I'm a family medicine and community health physician, and I'm founder of Total Weight Care Institute. I have also been a weight management specialist for the past 15 years using GLP-1s mostly, but not only. And I've also been on a GLP-1 myself for 14 years. Yes, they've been around for that long. So actually, they've been around much longer, but they are very good medications, not just for weight loss, but for lots of other things. And I've been using them for many different reasons over the years. So if you're someone who's thinking about a GLP-1, you can ask me questions here. You can ask me questions after the videos, or you can write to me at help@drtoomer.com and ask me questions there. And I'll either do a video on it or I'll answer you there or share it in my group. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about NAD, so that will be coming up. So I will be doing a video on that, so keep your eyes out. So I'm going to say hello to Marsha. Hello. Thank you for calling from Barbados. Where actually I'll be going at some point soon. Happy Tuesday, Cindy. And so again, I'm Dr. Catherine Toomer talking about today how to lose weight and how to keep it off. Now, the reason I talk about this right now, and you'll have to excuse me, I'm not at home, as you can tell. And if there's any background noise, I'm sorry, I apologize in advance. But the reason I'm talking about this is because I see a lot of people talking about the ways that they've lost weight. They've taken something, either a GLP-1, and then they ask, how long do I have to stay on it? Or they've been going to the gym and they've been exercising, eating a certain way, and they're wondering, how long do I have to keep this up? Or they are taking a supplement of some kind, whether they know what's in it or not. There's a lot of stuff out there that tends to work. And the reason it works, and I'm just going to say this again, if you're taking anything that is affording you any weight loss, it is because it's mimicking the medications that are already out there for weight loss. It's mimicking a hormone that is required for weight loss. It is mimicking something where it's acting on some receptor in our body that then triggers a reaction that either leads to weight loss, leads to water loss, leads to blood pressure dropping. But all of these things are substances that mimic naturally occurring things in our body. And so it's really important to understand what those things are and how they work, because they cannot give you benefit without there being some biochemical reaction. And that is absolutely what happens with weight loss. So to understand weight loss, what you need to do is understand also weight gain. So the reason our body gains weight is usually through the misrepresentation or the misdirection of glucose. It's glucose dysregulation. And glucose is the signal that tells our brain what to do with what we eat. And when the body doesn't know what to do with what we eat, it stores it as fat. And so when we have glucose dysregulation in our brain, it missignals the rest of our body, and it tells our body, make fat instead of fuel, eat more carbs because I'm starving, because the signal's not getting into the brain because insulin's not being used properly. So anything that works is because it's making cells more sensitive to insulin so that the signal's going to the brain so that the brain knows what to do once you've eaten food. So that's it. Whether it's a prescription, whether it's a powder pill or tea or anything else, that's what it's doing. It's making our cells more sensitive to insulin. And that is exactly how you keep weight off. You maintain that sensitivity. Either sensitivity in the muscles so that the muscles can then make energy, or sensitivity in the brain so that the brain signals the body and what to do, sensitivity to insulin, any of the other cells in the body so that our fat cells know to break down and to give out the energy that it's storing, or in anywhere actually in our body. And so that is exactly how you lose weight, by making your body more sensitive to the insulin that your body naturally makes, and also to shift your body's function from making fat to making fuel. This is one why muscle works so well, because muscle is our metabolic powerhouse. I said this many times before. And the only thing that disrupts our muscles' work is there's a metabolic process that's overriding our muscle. The only other thing that can make it so that our muscle doesn't work is if we don't have enough of it. And so building muscle and allowing that muscle to work in the body the way it's supposed to are the ways that you utilize muscle as, so quote unquote, as a medication. You use muscle to help with your metabolism, which then helps with your weight loss. But that also is why glucose, carbohydrates, it what drives this. And so if you drop your carbs to an extreme amount and you lose weight in that way, that's the only way your weight's going to stay off. As soon as you start eating carbs again, that weight's going to come right back. If you exercise and you build muscle, and that muscle then takes over as the metabolic driver of your body, as soon as you stop exercising and you stop building muscle, then that the power, the drive goes away, and therefore your body then starts making fat again. If you're taking a medication like a GLP-1, and even if you get to your desired weight, you get to your goal weight, which I don't subscribe to, but I'll explain that later. If you get to and you want to keep your weight off, the only way it will stay off is with a GLP-1. It is treating a chronic metabolic condition, and that metabolic condition does not go away just because it's been controlled. When you use a GLP-1 to lose weight, and you do lose weight, it is simply controlling the disease state, and the side effect of that control is weight loss. So as soon as you remove the control, the weight then comes back. And so that is, so anything you do, whether it's extreme, whether it's healthy, whether it's moderate, whatever you do, you'll have to continue doing it to keep the results that you have. Now, this isn't just for weight loss. This is really for any health parameters. Whatever you're doing that changes any transformation you have, in order to keep that transformation, you have to continue the behavior that got you there. So that's just the way it is. It's like relationships. The way you treat someone to get them to fall in love with you is this way you keep treating them so that they stay in love with you. As soon as you change your behavior, their feelings for you will change. And so that's exactly the same process as it is with weight loss, with health maintenance, with health growth, with health in any way. Now, the one thing, though, that is also very, very important is the mindfulness, the wellness part of the component. One of the things that we overlook the most is how important our mind and our mindset work and affect the process. The way we feel changes how our body reacts. The misinformation we tell ourselves will misdirect what happens in our body. And so if you want your body to behave the way you want it to behave, you've got to tell it nice things to get it there. You need to tell your body that it's going to go there and it's going to stay there. But you have to have that in your mind, because where your mind goes, your body follows. And that's just the way it is. Ask any top athlete and they'll tell you that manifestation or imagination or visualization is part of their getting to their goal. And it's the same way with weight management and with weight loss. So, but that also means that if you're taking something, if you have menopause and you're gaining weight from menopause, or if you're gaining weight from insulin resistance, or you're gaining weight from stress eating, or you're gaining weight from any glucose dysregulation, some metabolic dysregulation, some genetic component to that. If you're pre-diabetic, diabetic, if you're on insulin and it's making you gain weight, whatever the reason your weight gain, then that is the countering that is how you lose it. But then how you lose it then is how you keep it off. And there's no, it's not rocket science. And that is what it is. So if you have questions for me, I know this was a little short and sweet, partly because I'm traveling right now, as you can hear all the noise in the background, and I apologize for that. But if you have any questions, now's the time to ask them, or you can ask me after my videos on YouTube. I do respond to all the comments that are made on my YouTube videos. There's over 300 videos of shorts and long. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, then you'll get access to all of those. And you'll also make me very happy. So I know this is a bit short and sweet. I do actually try to keep it short, but we kept getting longer and longer and longer. So if you have any questions, you can ask me them now. And it can be about anything health, wellness, and weight loss related or weight management related. Like I said, I'm a metabolic specialist. I've been doing this now for many, many years, over 15 years. I've actually been in medicine for 26 years now. Yeah, graduated from medical school, 1996. Actually, oh gosh, it's been longer than that. It's almost been 30 years. Oh wow. So if you have questions, now's the time to ask them. Again, I'm going to ask you one more time, please. If you're listening, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've been seeing, I'm getting like thousands and thousands of views on my videos and thousands of thumbs up on my videos, but I'd like to convert those to subscribers. And the reason that is because when I have subscribers, it allows me to get the message out to more people. It allows me to then get sponsors that can help me avoid having to have commercials. I don't want ads on my page if I can avoid it, but it would help allow me then to be able to spread the word a little bit more, spread the word out, and also to provide better services for people who need my help, and to help prepare for a live event. I'm planning a live event for 2026. I will give you more information about that well in advance if you'd like to attend. It is going to be sometime in October of next year. So just plan for that. And it will be somewhere in the United States, more than likely. So someplace easy to get to, someplace that's warm, preferably near water, because I like being near water. So, all right. So if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Ask me after the videos, or you can write to me at help@drtumor.com. So I'm going to write that here, help@drtumor.com. There we go. So any questions for me? See, what it is that I've been doing this long enough so that I think people kind of understand and they know, but share this with anyone who you know is struggling. Share my videos with anyone that you know who's struggling. Share my YouTube channel with someone that you may know who's struggling or who may not understand, who has questions. Or if you hear misinformation like that doesn't sound right, there's a doctor on YouTube who can explain it to you a lot better than I can. Here, subscribe to her YouTube channel. So, all right. Well, if there's no questions for tonight, this is going to be a short and sweet one. I will see you next Tuesday for Dr. Tumor Talks on Tuesday. And if you have any topics that you'd like me to talk about, I will be talking about NAD. I've gotten a couple requests for that. So I'll be talking about NAD, and hopefully we'll get that out to you next week if I have time to really do my research and do the deep dive by then. Hello, Denise from Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining. Cindy McCullough says, I'm new to GLP-1, started on a sublingual. Is the shot better? The shot is absolutely much, much better. The reason is GLP-1s are proteins. GLP-1 delivery system is best through fat, and that's subcutaneous fat, that's through injections. When you take it as a pill, our body starts to digest the protein, and therefore it's not as effective. and it doesn't get into the bloodstream where it needs to work as much as an injection. One. Two, the other is usually with the pills, it's every single day, so the side effects can be a lot higher, as opposed to the shots that are once a week. The best ones are once a week. Um, the other with the sublingual, the delivery, if there's sublingual, the FDA has not approved any sublingual medication. So basically, you're at the mercy of whoever created it. You're at the mercy of whoever made it, and you never know if the substance is the same every single batch because it's not regulated. Um, there are facilities that the FDA has approved that have proven that their products are high quality and they're consistent. But none of those facilities make a sublingual medication simply because the FDA has not approved a sublingual GLP-1 yet. But there are oral GLP-1s. They're pills. There are pills. They do have a lot of side effects, but some people really like them. But it is every single day. It's called Rybelsus, which is semaglutide, which is the same as Ozempic and Wegovy. That is the only FDA approved pill at this point. For now. But thank you for that question, Cindy. I appreciate it. Any other questions for me? But I can tell you, when you're new to a GLP-1, there are a lot of things you need to think about in terms of your protein intake, think about your water intake, your sleep, and your moods. Moods play a huge role in what happens to food in our body. So if you're not mindful, and what mindful means basically is you find the joy in any situation you're in, you look for the good. And I know it sounds very Pollyanna-ish, but it works. Gratitude is the key to successful weight loss, for maintenance especially. And so looking for things to be grateful for, it becomes like a muscle. The more you do it, the more stronger it gets. You start looking at every situation based on gratitude rather than problems, or rather than things that are a problem. You tend to let negativity fall away. And when that happens, your body reacts. Your cortisol levels drop. Your oxytocin and dopamine levels go up. And everything in your body then starts working at a more efficient and more beneficial way. And so it's not woo woo. It sounds like very woo woo, but it's not. It actually works. Any other questions for me before we go? Going once, going twice. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining in. Please, like I said, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share my videos with anyone who you think may need them. And I will see you again next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. And have a good week. Have a good weekend. Let me see. Samuel says, I can't get any medical mentors. I don't know what that means. Medical mentors for what? Are you a medical student? Or are you just someone who's looking for a physician to help you navigate through some type of crisis or some type of issue? This is for Samuel Maxey. Well, I don't see a response. So, Samuel, what I would recommend is write to me in my email and just kind of give me more background in what it is that you need. And I can direct you to someone. If I can't help you, I can direct you to someone who can. Oh, you're a medical and doctoral student. Okay. Then I would suggest emailing me. There are many, many, many mentors out there that I can connect you to through the National Medical Association or some other. There are many organizations, many groups, and the like. So especially on Facebook. So just write to me at help@drtumor.com. Tell me a little bit more about your background, and I can connect you to someone who can help. All right. Okay, well, thank you for joining in. I will see you next Tuesday on Dr. Tumor Talk Show.